I Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles, better known as the Great Millstone. Shalom, blessings to the one-third and the elect, the fellow laborers who are helping push this truth, the correct doctrine, hazarding their lives in doing so. The water and death to two-thirds of you Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, so-called. This lesson is entitled "The Lord's Kingdom Will Be on the Planet Earth," and it is a response as asked by Apostle Gabar to do because of some clown named Alton Johnson, I believe, who clearly is misreading and lacks comprehension and is just taking phrases out of context, out of what it's actually being said. And, one of the first scriptures that came to mind was here in Acts, the first chapter, verse 6, which reads, when they therefore were come together, the disciples, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So everyone knew that the coming of Yahushua was the regaining of our rulership, which is the kingdom being restored to Israel. Okay, is what you'd call or know as the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so what is that? Second Esdras, I think it's the 12th chapter. Um, speaking of Adam, of him come we all. So like, yeah. I believe it's Second Esdras. I don't know why the word search isn't working properly, but that's okay. We'll find it here. So like, yeah. I'll just Google search it. Should come up. Chapter 6. So like, actually, let's go up here. All right, so this is Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 54. It says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. For whose sake? The chosen. Who's the chosen? Israel. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing but be like unto spittle. So is the Most High a liar? Did he change this statement? No. And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us. But we thy people, Israel, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, Jacob, thy only begotten, okay, the Israelites, and thy fervent lover, whom he chosen, are given into their hands. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who's in power? The so-called white man. Was it given to him by the Heavenly Father? Yes. Were we given into the hands of these people who the Most High has hated? Yes. For our disobedience? Yes. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Okay, so men of the Lord have always, wondered, when are we going to receive our kingdom again? Okay, when are we going to receive the righteous society, which is going to be here on the planet Earth? Okay, Because was the kingdom that Israel was given the first time? Was it on some distant planet in a far, far away galaxy like a Star Wars flick? Or was it in space in the stratosphere or something? No, it says again to the kingdom of Israel. Will thou at this time restore again, a second, again denotes a second time to the kingdom of Israel. Okay. Now this is Revelations 19, and the point is in 15. It says, and out of his mouth, which is Yahushai, goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron. So if the Lord, when the Lord returns, what's he going to do? He's going to put these nations under subjection, okay, as the prophet Esdras was inquiring about, and he's going to rule them with the rod of iron. He's going to be here physically in the flesh, ruling them. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power, Yahweh. Okay, so this is talking about Yahweh Shai, and what is he going to do when he returns? Okay, matter of fact, when you get Revelations, the first chapter, I think it's around about the 4th, 5th, or 6th verse. Actually, I think I'm going too far ahead. Nope, nope. Okay, verse 7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds. Who's the he? Yahweh Shai. And every eye shall see him. So he's returning to the planet. And they also which pierced him. So who pierced him? Are there 2,000 year old people walking around to this day? No. So what is this talking about? Reincarnation. They're going to be back here, born again in the flesh. Okay. They that pierced him. Okay. And all nations, or so like in all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Why? Because when he comes, he's coming to destroy people. He's coming to destroy the kingdoms that are existing. Why? Because his kingdom is not of this world. He said, if my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight. Okay, so when he returns, then that fight is going to take place. Matter of fact, now if we go back to Revelation 19, okay, verse 17, it says, and I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, Yahweh, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him, Yahweh Shai, that sat on the horse, and against his army. So when Yahweh Shai returns with the angels, the chariots, the so-called UFOs, the UN, which just had their 70-year anniversary a couple days ago, okay, a day or two ago, okay, they had their 70th anniversary, the UN, NATO, they're all going to come together and try to fight against Yahweh Shai in this so-called alien invasion. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, the Vatican. Okay, the beast, you should know who the beast is by now. Okay, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. That's the RFID chip. Okay, because anyone that takes that chip, you're aligning yourself with the new system that is of with the kingdom that is of this world, worldly or carnal. That's why the scriptures say that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven, meaning what? The carnality. That's why when Yahushua returns, okay, we're going to be released of a stony heart and given a fleshy heart. So how does that make sense? See, because he's not spiritual. So he said, well, flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. Why would we be given a fleshy heart and a new body if we're just going to be in the spirit world? That's not true. Okay, because the kingdom of heaven is going to be established here on earth. What those are talking about is the law being put inward in us and us being made perfect to walk perfectly so that death can be conquered. If the kingdom of heaven is not going to be here, then what is there a need for immortality? If we're going to be in the spirit world, if the kingdom of heaven is in the spirit world, what need be there of immortality? See, it doesn't make any sense when you start putting the scriptures actually together and questioning his logic. And if you continue down that line of questioning, then these scriptures obviously debunk him. Okay, which just proves, he doesn't know nothing, a guy like that. Now it says these both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. So what is that? That's talking about the nuclear missiles, the large land masses and areas to be destroyed. Okay, the Vatican's going to be destroyed. America's going to be destroyed. Okay, there are tons of nuclear target zones where these missiles are going to hit, where the chariots are going to help to invade. Okay, and those people called up like doves to the windowsill. That's the elect. Okay, that's the elect. The 1/3, the 144,000. Okay, so we're going to be giving those bodies to help go through the earth and start smiting people, rounding up all their nobles, so that these uh, the peons of the people that survive the attack and the war, they get to see their nobles chained up at the gates or paraded through the town. They're going to see them working right alongside with them, getting treated worse than, just as bad and even worse at times than they are. Okay, so that's I mean, if you can't see what the scriptures are saying, clearly the scriptures are not for you. But it's evident that the kingdom of heaven will be here on earth. Otherwise, why would power structures need to be removed? And why would we be given a gift of immortality? There's no need for immortality in the spirit world. You're already immortal in the spirit world. The scriptures tell you to store up your treasures in heaven where nothing can hurt it, moth nor rust or no type of corruption. Corruption means decay. Right now, the second you are born is the moment you begin to die. Okay, your body begins to decay. That's what skin in itself, the reason it gets dry and flakes off is so that new skin can come from underneath it. Okay, that's just how that organ works, the largest organ outside of your body. So if the kingdom of heaven was going to be in the spirit world, then what need be there of immortality? It's that simple of a logic, man. I'm kind of trying to strain out more time, but that's it, man. 12 minutes is enough. So with that, shalom.